Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech, where we blend casual conversations with insightful discussions on the latest in technology and gadgets.
Sounds fun.
It is. And today we are diving deep into a whole pool of fascinating tech trends.
Oh, wow.
Everything from AI and quantum computing
Sounds good.
to space exploration and even the ongoing streaming wars.
Ooh, getting spicy.
Yeah. So grab your headphones, get comfy, and let's get started.
Awesome.
So first up, let's talk about something that's been making headlines lately.
Okay.
The global tech landscape is, it's kind of a hot topic.
It is.
Because international relations are really playing a big role in shaping the future of AI.
Absolutely.
You've probably seen the news about the U.S. potentially putting restrictions on those AI chips
Right.
being exported to China.
Yes, definitely a big deal.
Huge deal. And analysts are predicting some serious financial hits for companies like NVIDIA.
Oh, yeah?
We're talking potentially $4 to $6 billion
Wow.
in lost earnings by 2026.
That's a lot of money.
That's enough to make anyone nervous.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just about the money, though, right? This situation raises some really important questions about the future of AI.
Right. Like what?
Well, like, is this the start of a tech Cold War?
Oh, wow.
Could restricting access to those chips actually, hinder innovation
Yeah.
and push our allies towards China?
It's a good point.
Microsoft seems to think so.
They do?
They've been pretty vocal about it.
Yeah, and I can see their point.
Yeah?
It's a delicate balancing act,
Yeah.
between protecting national security
Mm-hmm.
and fostering that global environment where technology can flourish.
For sure. It makes
Yeah.
you wonder what the long-term consequences will be.
Definitely. And while all of this is happening,
Right.
on that geopolitical stage,
Mm-hmm.
AI itself is evolving at an incredible pace.
It really is.
We're moving beyond simple pattern recognition into more complex territories
Absolutely.
with architectures like DeepSeek.
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay, DeepSeek. I'm intrigued.
Okay.
Break it down for me.
Okay, so think of it this way.
Okay.
Imagine you're looking at a picture of a cat.
Okay.
Traditional AI might be able to recognize that it's a cat,
Right.
but DeepSeek goes deeper.
Deeper.
It can analyze the cat's behavior, predict its next move,
Wow.
and even understand why it's doing what it's doing.
So it's not just about identifying what something is,
Exactly.
but also about understanding the WHY behind it.
Yes,
That's pretty impressive.
it is.
But I imagine that level of sophistication requires a ton of computing power.
You are absolutely right.
Okay.
DeepSeek and AI inferencing in general
Yeah.
demand massive amounts of processing power,
Wow.
which puts the spotlight on those specialized AI chips and data centers.
And it's not just about inferencing, right?
No.
Even training these advanced AI models
Yes,
requires enormous data sets and consumes vast amounts of computational resources.
it does.
So I can see how this is going to put a strain on our existing infrastructure.
Right.
Are data centers equipped to handle this kind of demand?
That's the billion-dollar question.
Really?
Yeah, thankfully, cloud providers like Microsoft Azure are stepping up to offer tools and platforms designed specifically for managing these complex AI tasks.
It's all about optimization and efficiency.
It really is.
So the cloud is becoming the go-to solution for powering these increasingly powerful AI systems.
It seems to be.
That makes sense. But what about quantum computing?
Oh, yeah.
It seems like that's another area where we're seeing some major breakthroughs.
Quantum computing is definitely an exciting frontier.
Yeah,
It has the potential to revolutionize so many industries.
I can imagine.
But one of the biggest challenges has been error correction.
What do you mean?
Well, qubits, the basic units of information in quantum computing, are incredibly fragile
Oh,
and prone to errors.
it's always sounded to be like trying to build a house of cards in a hurricane.
That's a pretty accurate analogy.
Really?
Yeah, but here's where it gets really exciting.
Okay.
Amazon has developed a prototype quantum chip called Ocelot
Ocelot.
that utilizes cat qubits.
Interesting.
Now, these cat qubits are designed to be much more robust and less error-prone.
Less error prone.
Imagine potentially reducing error correction costs by a staggering 90%.
Wait, 90%? That's a game changer.
I know, right?
It sounds like Amazon is making some serious progress in the race to build a stable and powerful quantum computer.
Yeah, they're definitely a contender.
But they're not the only ones in this game.
I got it all.
Who else is out there?
Well, Microsoft is working on their Majorana 1 chip.
Okay.
And Google has their Willow chip.
So it's a pretty competitive field.
It's a very competitive field with everyone pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
It's incredible to see how rapidly this technology is advancing.
It really is.
But let's shift gears for a moment
Okay.
and talk about something a bit further from home, or rather much further.
Okay, I like it.
What's happening in the world of space exploration these days?
Well, there are two missions currently underway that I think are particularly noteworthy.
Okay, I'm all ears.
First, we have NASA's SphereX telescope, set to launch soon aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket.
Wow, so they're teaming up.
They are, and this telescope is going to map the entire sky in infrared.
The entire sky.
The entire sky, gathering data on an incredible number of stars and galaxies.
How many are we talking here?
Over 450 million galaxies and 100 million stars, to be precise.
That's mind-boggling.
It is a lot of data.
What exactly is SphereX aiming to accomplish with all that information?
Well, it's all about gaining a deeper understanding of our universe.
I like it.
SphereX will be used to study cosmic inflation, the Big Bang,
Oh, wow.
and even search for the ingredients for life in interstellar clouds.
So it's not just about snapping pretty pictures of galaxies.
No, it's much more than that.
It's about tackling some of the most fundamental questions about our existence.
Exactly.
That's incredible. And what about that other mission you mentioned?
Right. The other mission is Firefly Aerospace's Blue Ghost lander, which is already on its way to the moon. What makes this mission particularly interesting is that Firefly is a private company.
Oh, wow. They're playing a key role in making space exploration more accessible
Right.
and pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
It's a clear sign of the times, you know?
Yeah.
It's not just government agencies leading the charge in space exploration anymore.
Right.
Private companies like Firefly are bringing innovation and a fresh perspective to the field.
And their Blue Ghost lander is scheduled to touch down on the moon in just a few days on March 2nd.
That's right.
It's carrying a bunch of experiments
Yeah.
designed to study the lunar surface, from analyzing the properties of the lunar soil
Right.
to studying the moon's geophysical characteristics.
They're even going to investigate the interactions between the solar wind and Earth's magnetic field.
It's a jam-packed mission.
It really is.
Speaking of jam-packed, let's bring things back down to Earth
Okay.
and talk about something a little closer to our daily lives.
Okay, sure.
The ever-evolving streaming wars.
Oh, yeah. Those are heating up.
Competition in the streaming world is fierce,
It is.
with companies like Disney, Warner Bros., Discovery, and Paramount all vying for our attention and subscription dollars.
It's a battle for eyeballs and wallets, that's for sure.
And it's a tough market to crack,
It is.
especially for the smaller players.
Absolutely.
So who's coming out on top? Who's struggling to keep up? And what strategies are these companies using to stay ahead in the streaming game?
Good question.
Let's take a closer look.
Let's do it.
It seems like Disney is sitting pretty comfortably right now.
Oh, yeah.
Their recent earnings report showed some impressive growth.
They did.
And a lot of that seems to be driven by their streaming platforms like Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus.
It's true. They are doing well, it appears. Baby Yoda and all those Marvel superheroes are still drawing in huge crowds. But, you know, keeping those subscribers happy comes at a cost.
Yeah.
Content costs
Yeah.
are a major concern for all the big players in the streaming world.
Yeah. It's got to be expensive to keep churning out all those big budget shows and movies. Do you think Disney is starting to feel the pinch?
They're definitely feeling the pressure, but for now they seem to be managing it well. They're still seeing a good return on their investment in content creation. However, not everyone is having such a smooth ride. Warner Bros. Discovery, for example, has faced some challenges lately.
Yeah, they've had a bit of a bumpy road.
Ugh.
Their recent reports showed a net loss,
Right.
and their revenues were down.
Mm.
It makes you wonder if their big bet on their streaming service, Max, is going to pay off.
It's an ambitious goal, that's for sure.
Yeah.
They're projecting to hit 150 million global subscribers by 2026.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is, with so much competition in the streaming landscape. It's going to be an uphill battle.
Definitely. And what about Paramount?
Yeah.
They've always seemed like the underdog in this race.
Well, they are.
Are they managing to keep up?
Paramount is definitely facing an uphill battle. Their profitability is shrinking, and they just don't have the same scale and resources as giants like Amazon, Apple, and Netflix.
Right.
It's a classic David versus Goliath scenario, and it makes you wonder how the smaller companies can even hope to compete.
Yeah. I can see how it would be tough to keep up with those deep pockets.
It is.
And on top of everything else,
Right.
I've heard that the rising costs of sports broadcasting rights are putting a serious strain on the entire industry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Live sports are still a massive draw for viewers, and these companies are shelling out huge sums to secure the rights to broadcast them.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, but those costs have to be passed on somewhere, and ultimately it's the subscribers who feel the pinch.
Right. It's like a vicious cycle.
It is.
Higher costs for the companies lead to higher subscription prices for viewers who are already juggling multiple streaming services and feeling the pressure on their wallets.
Yeah.
It's no wonder that more and more streaming services are introducing those ad-supported tiers at lower prices.
It's a clever strategy
It is.
to attract more price-sensitive customers.
For sure.
And you know what's interesting? Often those ad-supported tiers actually generate more revenue per user than the ad-free option.
Really?
Yeah.
So those pesky ads might be annoying,
Right.
but they're actually helping to keep these streaming services afloat. It makes you wonder what other tricks these companies have up their sleeves to keep us hooked.
Well, bundling seems to be a popular strategy.
Bundling.
Yeah, Disney has done very well with their bundle that includes Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus.
Right.
It's a good value proposition for consumers, and it helps to reduce churn, people canceling their subscriptions.
So it's like the cable TV packages of the streaming world?
Yeah, kind of.
I bet Amazon is doing well with their Prime Video bundle, too, who can resist the lure of free shipping and a huge library of shows and movies all in one.
You're right. Amazon has a huge advantage with their massive Prime membership base. It's a pretty tough act to follow.
So it sounds like the streaming wars are far from over. What do you think the future holds for this constantly evolving industry? Do you have any predictions?
Well, it's always difficult to predict the future, but I think we're likely to see even more consolidation in the streaming market.
More consolidation.
Yeah, the smaller players will face increasing pressure, and we might see them getting acquired or merging with larger companies.
So fewer choices for viewers,
Potentially,
but potentially more robust streaming platforms.
that's one possibility,
Okay.
but I think we'll also see a lot more innovation in terms of content and delivery.
Okay.
Companies will need to find ways to stand out from the crowd and offer unique value propositions to attract and retain subscribers.
I can see that maybe we'll start seeing more interactive content, personalized streaming experiences, or even something completely unexpected. Who knows what the future holds?
The possibilities are endless. It's an exciting time to be a tech enthusiast. We're seeing groundbreaking advancements in AI, quantum computing, space exploration, and even the way we consume entertainment. It's all happening at such a rapid pace, and it makes you wonder what the world will look like in just a few years.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
definitely a wild ride. But with all these mind-blowing advancements in tech, it makes you wonder what it all means for us,
Right.
the everyday users.
It is interesting to think about,
Right.
we're living in a time of unprecedented technological change.
We are.
Like, we're on the cusp of seeing AI seamlessly integrated into our lives,
Yeah.
quantum computing solving real-world problems
Wow. Or
that were once considered impossible, and space travel becoming more and more commercialized.
that's pretty remarkable.
It is a pretty remarkable time to be alive.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
But it's not all fun and games, right?
Well, true.
With all this power
Yeah,
comes a lot of responsibility.
absolutely.
We need to think carefully about the ethical implications of these technologies and make sure they're used for good.
It's crucial to have those open and honest discussions about the potential benefits and risks of these advancements.
Definitely.
We need to be proactive in shaping a future where technology empowers us rather than controls us.
Well said. It's up to all of us to stay informed and engaged in this rapidly evolving tech landscape. But hey, on a lighter note,
Okay.
at least we'll have some awesome new streaming options to keep us entertained along the way.
That's true. And who knows, maybe one day we'll even be streaming live from Mars.
No, that's a future I can get behind. But for now, we're back here on Earth, wrapping up another deep dive into the world of tech.
It's been fun.
It has been a blast exploring these fascinating tech trends with you.
The pleasure was all mine. It's always a great conversation.
Thanks for tuning in to Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed this episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.